Hello everybody, it is Skull Queen, and first and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I am so stoked because today is finally the day that I am going to be showing you all my final island tour of Astaroth. I seriously thought that this moment might not ever come. I've been working on this island since the beginning of August, and it's finally done. So before we get into the tour, let's go ahead and take a peep at the map really quickly. This is the final map of Astaroth. You can see the dream address right there on the bottom of the screen, but I'll also be including it in the description in case you want to tour along with me. But you can see for the residents, we have Skull Queen, who is myself, obviously. We have Kiki, Blair, Roscoe, Nan, Cherry, Lucky, Shino the Queen, Celia, who would just never move out, Renee, and Aurora. And Aurora is so cute. Fun fact about her is I actually had her on the Wild World version of the game, and she was one of my favorite villagers. But yeah, right out of the airport, we have my evil entrance. And this was one of the first things that I ever terraformed and decorated on this island. And since all the updates have been coming out, I really haven't changed this area a whole lot. Most of these items are original. The only things I really added were these flamethrowers back here, but I just love the symmetry and the Scorpio lamps and this huge custom code. It just looks really creepy, and we all know that that is what I love. But if you make your way up these stairs, we have a little hippity hop, and this is my evil/enchanted graveyard. And this goes all the way from this side of the map and will continue all the way over here to the shopping district. And I really just wanted to make the biggest graveyard that anybody's ever seen in this game, and I hope that I accomplished it with this. We have a wheelbarrow, we've got a couple fallen victims, tons of tombstones, some custom codes, and I just love how enchanted it looks, especially with the sparkling flowers at night. I just think it looks really cool. Right off of the graveyard, we of course had to have Lucky, because how does he not live next to a bunch of corpses? It only makes sense. And in his yard, he's got a victim of his own who's probably going to be buried over there in the cemetery, or maybe he's going to use them to make a little potion. Who knows? So right off of Lucky's yard, we actually have the Skull Lake, and I have to go over here to access it, so give me one moment. Here we go. It's kind of hard to access, but you can still hop across and get on the eyeball here. And this Skull Lake was so much fun to terraform. I looked at a lot of pictures on Pinterest and kind of made my own. This is the only 2-level Skull Lake that I've seen. So you can see that we have waterfalls right here that resemble the teeth. And now that I added the Nova Lights and black flowers, I just think this whole area looks really awesome. So I love the Skull Lake, and I'm Skull Queen, so how can you not have a Skull Lake? Am I right? Okay, so once you hop back across, I'm actually going to take you guys down to the Evil Shopping District first. So if you follow this trail over to this next set of stairs, we can take this down, and here we have my massive Evil Shopping District. And I really just filled this place with a ton of flowers, a few custom pathing codes, and we also have an evil rock garden right here in the middle with our haunted statue, of course, keeping watch. And I really didn't want to do anything too immaculate for the shopping area. I kind of wanted it to be understated. Oops, excuse me. Really, Roscoe? Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, so we have this huge shopping district, and like I was saying, I just wanted to keep it simple, and I think it's really magical when you just have a ton of flowers, and especially with the rain and the sparkles, I just think it's really cute. So, love this area. And once we cross the bridge here, we have my haunted campsite. And this was also one of the first areas that I completed on the island. Since the update, I did come back and make a few modifications, but it really wasn't too much. I just added some of these decayed trees along with some of the glowy moss items, but I really loved the original look and fullness of the campsite, and I kind of wanted to keep all of that the same. So you can see that I added a ton of the kids' tents, and behind pretty much every cedar tree, we have a dollhouse that is either on a floating block, or I have a floating block block and a gyroid back there. I wanted this whole area to resemble the fact that a bunch of gnomes and fairies might be staying here, and this is where they camp out to conduct their spells and rest at night. So that was the lore for this area. And if we follow the path along the beaches, this will take you to Captain's Deck, and we can go ahead and make our way back here. You can see that I kept the beaches pretty simple. You can tell that I was kind of over it by the time I got to the beaches. I'm just ready to move on to another island, but I did want to do something and not just leave them completely plain. So this is what I came up with, and we'll go ahead and peek back here first. This back corner of the beach, I have a secret summoning area where some rituals are taking place. And if we make our way back over here, this will actually take you to a little hidden seating area that's right up here. We've got a little bench and a gazebo and a glowy moss pool. So if you'd like to sit down and enjoy some views, you definitely can. Across this bridge here, we have a secret little spell area, so whoever is watching over the witches and the elves that are conducting these spells can sit right here in the throne where they belong and keep an eye on everything. If we go up this vine, this here is my haunted evil farm. So I wanted to use the new crops that they offered us in the game, but you can't have a farm on this island without making it a little bit evil. So of course I added some of the custom codes that I like to use. We have a pentagram, a huge cauldron back here that we don't know what they're cooking in, and we've got another one here, and oh, yeah, we might be using bodies to cook these up. Yeah, let's go ahead and move along, pretend we didn't see anything. And once you cross this area here, we have a transitional kind of walkway. And this will actually take you to Aurora's house. And like I said earlier, Aurora has a soft spot in my heart because I've had her ever since the Wild World game. So I had to give her her own little terraformed fortune-telling area. And I really love this whole sunken in feel with the different stalls and magical items. I think it looks really cute. And this is actually a secret entrance back to Red's Beach. So I wanted to have like a secret terraformed kind of access way that you don't really know is there. And I think I accomplished it, especially with the trees and decorations on this top level. It does kind of hide this whole walkway. So love that. I feel like I never see red on my beach though. Is that just me? But anyway, if you come down here, this will take you to my evil carnival. And this was completely inspired by Consul Kato here on YouTube. If you don't know who she is, she had a spooky core island with a haunted kind of carnival, and I just thought that I needed that. So of course I had to make one of my own. In the carnival, we have a lot of the new 2.0 fair items, a lot of merry-go-rounds, a lot of red balloons, a lot of It clown imagery, which was the whole feel for the carnival. I wanted there to be a very strong It theme, and I think I pulled it off. And my whole goal for this carnival was for it to look enchanting and inviting in the beginning, but for it to get kind of more disturbing the longer you look at it. So I hope I accomplished it. Looks like we have Wisp visiting too, which is just absolutely perfect. And if you happen to find your way down here, I have a little hidden picnic area. And this spot is really cute, and it kind of was created by accident. It was just the leftover land that I had from this carnival that I made. And I wanted the carnival to have pretty straight lines, so down here I just had this random patch of grass that I decided to turn into a picnic. And we've got a few fortune-telling spots. And if you make your way back here, there's even a hidden lookout spot. So if you come all the way here to this bench, I think this view is amazing. And look, we have Wispy. This is perfect. Okay, got him. So yeah, I love this little area, and this also was created by accident. I was just trying to fill in this space, and I thought I could put a log bench here. And once I sat down and actually looked through the camera, I was pretty breathtaking. So it was amazing. Really glad that that worked out. And moving back up this pathway, here we have our secret summoning area of the island. This is the major center, I guess, that the witches congregate at. We have our fairies, our gnomes, everything is summoned here. All the black magic is taking place here, and this is probably my favorite spot of the whole island. We just have a ton of statues. I wanted to make everything as symmetrical as possible. And yeah, every time I look at this area, I'm just so proud of it and how far I've come. And even if you go back up here, we've got a few more I can show you. A few more decorations. I wanted to include these bridges so that it would raise your eye level just a little bit while you were taking a look at the build. And I think the whole effect really was pulled off, so I'm proud of that. So yeah, whenever you're done casting your spells and being haunted from the carnival, we can make our way across here, and there is a second entrance that we can go through. Now, this will bring you to my Sunken Crescent Moon Island. And this was one of also the first things that I terraformed on the island. And I was gonna go back and add some of the 2.0 decorations, but I wanted to just kind of keep it original as like an ode to my first Animal Crossing island. So I did not go back and add any new items. Everything here is original from when I started playing. And every time I pass by it, I just think of how far I've come, and it just makes me really happy. So that is my Sunken Crescent Moon. And between the Crescent Moon and the Skull Lake is kind of a natural walkway that was formed. So if you make your way across here, I will take you back to the land bridge last. So first we will go this way. And this is a gyroid summoning circle for the villagers. So back here is my complete villager neighborhood. I did a lot of terraforming just to kind of take up some space and make it look creepy. And I really do think that was pulled off. To be honest, I really didn't care about decorating everyone's yard and making it super specific to them. I just wanted to keep the overall witchy vibes of the island. And I think that that was pulled off. You can make your way back here and hop around if you'd like to. We have Shino's house, who is of course the biggest and best yard. We have Celia, Blair is back there, and you can hop even across here and make your way to the bridge that is right by my house. So yeah, if you go back across, I will take you to the lower level of the neighborhood. We have 4 houses on this top level and 4 houses down on the bottom. So going back through this little gate, and I apologize in advance if you do get lost while you're touring this island. It isn't the easiest to navigate, and I will admit that, so again, I apologize in advance. But going down these stairs, if we head to this bridge, this is the second part of the villager neighborhood, along with another summoning circle right over here. And I just love how all of the terraforming looks. I think the narrow rivers really do kind of make it look creepy, which was the vibe that I was going for. And back here we have a moon that kind of peeks out as you're approaching. And we have another cauldron, of course, and a gazebo if you'd like to hang out without getting rained on for a little bit. So this neighborhood I put off decorating for so long, and I don't know why I did, because now that I actually decorated it, I love how it looks. And once we cross this bridge here, this will take you to my Alice in Wonderland Undead party, whatever you'd like to call it. This is where everyone on the island congregates for a nice feast. So you can see here that we have a ton of food. And I wanted to make the biggest tea party that anyone has ever seen. I've seen a lot of them with 3 tables or even just 2 tables wide. And I thought, you know what, I'm doing 5 tables. So I did 5 tables, and it's all full of desserts because, I mean, if you're a ghost, do you really have to diet? I don't think so. So if you go along this way, this will take you back to the entrance. And now I will take you all to the land bridge that will have you access my evil lair. So right through here, this is my land bridge, and I'm really proud of how I was able to pull this off as well, because I was really struggling with making it 3 wide and being able to put a custom code in the middle. So what I did was I alternated the light dirt and dark dirt. I placed a custom code along the edges of the dirt, and then right in the middle I was allowed to do a custom code of my choosing. So that was the way that I was able to decorate this bridge, and let me tell you, it took a while to figure out, but the overall effect I think was way worth it. So love that. Now, if you cross this bridge, this will take you to a little walkway, and this brings you back over to Aurora's house, as well as the carnival, and we have a secret little doll circle right here. So yeah, the carnival is right over here, and heading back over to my house. I didn't want to go too extravagant with my yard, so I just kept it pretty simple with some of the new castle items. We of course have another summoning temple right over here. And on this side of my yard, I wanted to make an evil fairy circle. So that is what I did. I terraformed an upside down cross. We have a doll and a ton of candles. And this is another one of those areas that I really didn't come back and update after the 2.0 update. I just love how all of the illuminated items look, and I didn't think it really needed it. But I'm not sure if you've noticed, this is the only place on the island that I have any pink flowers at all. And fun fact, pink is my favorite color, so I wanted to include them somewhere on the island, and I figured on my yard was the perfect spot. Also, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but this island has nothing but cedar trees. I don't have one pine tree, one fruit tree, one coconut tree, one bamboo tree, nothing. Only cedar trees, so I think that is pretty cool. Now, let's go ahead and check out the house, because this house I procrastinated on so much. I had no idea what to do, and you can see that I kept this main room pretty simple. So let's go ahead and first go into this left room. Now this is my Hannibal Lecter inspired kitchen, and I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen Hannibal or watched any of the Hannibal Lecter movies, but he is a cannibal that is also very rich, very uppity, and no one knows that he actually kills and eats people. He's a psychiatrist who obviously has some problems of his own, and that's who I was inspired by, you know? Who doesn't want to come home and cook up a body after work? So had to do that, and I love how this looked. And if we head right across this way, this is my dining room, and this was also a carryover of the Hannibal idea, because I thought, well, if he has an area to cook, he has to have an area to eat too. So we have a very fancy looking dining room here, and I wanted to include a lot of the new food items that look like meat. So we have some sushi and some fish, and we have some jars that have some red in them. That stew pot that looks like a huge pot of just like human soup, which I love. And then also the glowing moss jars, you can customize those in red. So that's what I had in the other room. And yeah, this whole witchy kind of spooky vibe I think really does come through, especially with the chandeliers. And that is my dining room. All right, now if we go back here, this room is kind of random. It doesn't really go with the rest of my house, but I just wanted to have a room that included all of the new glowing moss items because I think they look so cool. So that is what I did in here. And you can see that I added a couple of the frozen pillars in the green customization as well as a Nova light, but I kept it mostly new 2.0 items, and I love the vines that hang from the ceiling. I think those are really, really cool. And yeah, pretty simple, but still very cute. Okay, I'm not sure if I should take you guys upstairs or downstairs first. I think I'm gonna do upstairs and save the downstairs for last. So if we head up here, this is my evil lair. So we have my throne, we have some more bones obviously, a lot of the elegant furniture, and I turned the lights off, and then we have a little separation right here, and this is another little experimental section. So whoever lives up here can conduct their experiments without even needing to leave their room. So it's nice and convenient. And yeah, I think this room looks super creepy. Love it. All right, now the best for last, the basement. And if you guys haven't seen the video that I posted on this yet, I do have a speed build of this entire room, but this is my evil operation room. So my whole idea behind this is that victims are kind of lured here under false pretenses, and then they are imprisoned and operated on and watched, and that is what the whole island is about, because we have a ton of rituals and summoning circles, and in order to keep the spells going, you got to keep the victims going. Am I right? All right, so that is it for my house, and I think that actually might be it for the entire island tour as well. Let me just double check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we have seen it all. So again, I'm leaving all of my information and island name and DA, all of that in the description. If you do tour this island, please send me a picture and let me know. I would love to see it. And I hope you guys just enjoyed the process of me building this island. It was so much fun. This is the first Animal Crossing island that I've ever 100% finished, so I'm just so proud. And thank you again for taking this journey with me. You guys are all so kind, and I love it. All right, everybody, that is gonna do it for my final Astaroth Island tour. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think my next island theme will be, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!